Joining us now live is Monique Ibarra, CEO of the Domestic Violence Action Center. So, what is your reaction to today's horrific apparent murder-suicide in which the husband is suspected of killing his wife and killing himself? What services are available to victims of domestic violence?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that myself and on behalf of the staff at the Domestic Violence Action Center, our hearts and prayers go out to the family of Teresa Cacciola and to her children. And as far as what actions can victims take, Teresa took the right actions. She went and got a restraining order. She did what she could to keep herself and her children safe. And so that's what victims need to do. The same thing that she did, create a safety plan, call family and agencies to do a safety plan and to get the support needed to stay safe. Call the police when you need to. Again, she took the right steps.
And Monique, sometimes love is blind, but are there warning signs when even just dating someone that they might become violent, whether it's a man or a woman?
Absolutely. So domestic violence is a pattern of using tactics of power and control over another individual to basically control everything they can do, say, who they're with. So there are always patterns and red flags, so to speak. For example, someone may be monitoring your phone, or they want to know where you're at all the time. They might isolate you and not want you to be around family and friends. There's definitely a pattern and signs that abusive behavior is happening. Anger is also used to bring fear and intimidation to victims.
So aren't there services available only to women, or can men who are possibly victims of domestic violence take part of these services?
Yes, almost all domestic violence agencies will let you know that primarily it's going to be the females that are the victims of domestic violence, but there are men who are victims as well, and any domestic violence agency would work. Well, I'll just speak for Domestic Violence Action Center, that we work with the victims, whether they are male or female.
And Monique, you can see evidence, when it's physical abuse, but what about verbal abuse? That's just as dangerous as well, right?
Yes, actually, psychological abuse, mental abuse is also used. They're tactics used mostly in the beginning of a relationship. So those are some of the red flags. And they also, many people say that those are the hardest form of abuse to get past or to survive from. But that is something that's used.
Okay, thank you, Monique Ibarra, CEO of the Domestic Violence Action Center. And of course, if you may suspect that you are a victim of this, just contact the Domestic Violence Action Center.